So these first two poems are inspired by the trip we took to Sicily, and we saw lots of churches in Sicily, and lots of Byzantine architecture with lots of beautiful tile work and some really incredible Jesuses. That's all I'm going to say. So that's kind of what inspired this particular poem. Also, you should know, I guess, the symbol of Sicily is a trinacria, which is a three-legged, and it's kind of similar to a swastika, which is 4 legs. This is 3 legs. It's also sometimes called the triskele. So it's a trinacria is what they say in Sicily. So the symbol of Sicily is a gorgon's head with a trinacria. They're super cheerful. My people, so awesome. Anyway, all right. So this first poem is called Trinacria. A golden Jesus peers down through eyes shaped by Byzantium to see me, small, humbled, out of breath, not believing in him, yet a believer. In this place, a sense of, at last, understanding the men who preceded me. First from the obsidian slopes of Etna, then from the rolling hills of the Adirondacks, both carrying oranges bitter and sweet, volcanic dust, and shame. Like Noah's sons who, confronted by their father's nakedness, covered his insecurity with a cloak of propriety. I cover my father's burden with conversations of Shakespeare in ancient cities, the places we're both from, a shared inheritance, and longing to understand what we can never know. In the shadow of the golden Jesus, under the arched domes and echoing limestone duomos, I imagine flying, like Icarus, over the snow-covered peaks of Etna. I race on 3 legs, whirling and spinning, a trinacria, a superhero racing towards my grandfather's home. My grandfather, who looks like the son of Normans to me, like the slow-eyed Byzantium Jesus, whose golden radiance nods and shrugs. Kefa, he says, palms upturned. What does it matter? All right. His second poem was also inspired by artwork. In the village where we stayed in Ortigia, there is a church dedicated to Santa Lucia, who is the patron saint of Ortigia, and there is a Caravaggio painting of her martyrdom in this church, which is insane. So that's this poem was inspired by that painting. Santa Lucia. In January, the oranges and lemons hang heavy on the arms of the fruit trees in the Duomo. They droop, fragrant, sweet, fecund, jewels for Her Majesty. In the battered chiesa next door, penitents stare in supplication at the Caravaggio. Non fotografia, shouts the guard. His voice echoes against the limestone. È necessario lasciare ora. We've not taken a picture. We whisper, we wonder. Before us is the martyrdom of Santa Lucia. Slain, she lies with her face tilted toward us. A slender dagger pierces her throat. Her bloody, gouged out eyes already miraculously healed. She is surrounded by men, muscular, weeping, heads bowed in prayer and filled with regret for their lack of understanding. Her youthful body now, a mystery they will never know. Back inside the Duomo, under the protection of Diana, Lucia is enshrined in gleaming silver, her bones displayed in gilded boxes. The slender dagger still pierces her throat. But now she is carried on the backs of 40 men, all dressed in green, who sway in their own rhythm as they parade her through the streets of Ortigia. She smiles, not despite the dagger, but because of it. In her cup, she carries her bloody eyeballs, yet she sees through eyes restored by faith. In her other hand, her poised and ready fingers grip the quill that will write my story. This poem is called The Melting House, and it's in response to a painting called Shades in Time by Bonnie Lathovka. I'm not sure I even pronounced her name correctly. But it's a very surrealist painting, and anyway, I really loved it. The melting house. Lava flows over the melting house. Deep inside, Loretta's precious wine glasses guard the table settings, waiting for Christmas dinner, waiting for the diners to drink their wine and share their merry toasts. But outside, the lava continues to flow down the sides of the melting house, through the windows as they warp and turn in on themselves. The tablecloth becomes a vermilion blanket, searing to the touch. My cheeks burn, crimson, cinnamon, cayenne. I drink from those precious goblets, still cool to the touch despite the heat. My blood simmers, my flesh blisters and pops. The dinner guests laugh and dream about the old days, while outside the lava buries the house. So this next poem is based on a painting by my husband, Vincent Martinez, who many of you know, who is a painter. And it's near where my grandmother lived in southern Indiana. There's a place called Hovey Lake, and it's the northernmost point in the United States where cypress trees grow. And so they grow up out of the water, and it's very striking if you've never seen cypress trees like in the wild or whatever, I don't know. So people go to Hovey Lake to see the cypress trees. So he did a painting of that, and this is my poetic response to that. The Kings of Hovey Lake. The kings of Hovey Lake stretch their silver arms skyward. They pray for me, for my grief, even though they do not know me. The kings of Hovey Lake wade in lavender pools, oblivious to the deafening summer heat. They fan themselves with delicate cypress fronds, blossoming from their pale, hollow arms while cicadas burr. My memory is humid. My swollen heart traces a slow, uneven rhythm. Meanwhile, the kings of Hovey Lake stand, waist deep on the northern edge of existence. They wait for me to tell them I've gone and I won't be back. All I can tell you is that when I was a kid, I was in a musical called Here's Love, which is based on A Miracle on 34th Street. It's a musical by Meredith Willson. And so if you've ever seen Miracle on 34th Street, you know the story. So that was the genesis of this. We were asked to write memories of our father, and this came out of nowhere. Here's love. Here's love, pretending to believe, singing loud and out of tune, but purely, with sincerity, desperate to please, longing for affirmation. I am 11, the stage my arena, lights, makeup, a costume, they are my armaments. My song, a grand gesture, an offering of myself to the audience, a little ditty sung in Dutch to an actor in Sannebeard. And in the back row, dark silence as the final notes fade, stillness, and then applause. Okay, so this final poem was another ekphrastic poem, and I didn't even write down the artist, which I'm ashamed to say. So it was a painting of 4 chickens, and I thought I was just writing a goofy poem about 4 chickens, and then somebody read it and said, oh, I think this is really kind of a poem of resistance. And I was like, okay, you say so. So this is my final poem. Thank you for being so patient. 4 chickens. 4 chickens, Rosecomb Bantam, Barred Plymouth Rock, Buff Orpington, Barnevelder, or any other 4 chickens in the coop, you pick. They stand tail to tail, they stand beak to beak, heads high, their black button eyes stare straight ahead, but also at me, giving me the side eye, their chicken faces arranged with false impassivity. Chickens are artful liars. Their gray claws scratch the straw-strewn ground, tail feathers wag with indignation, they cluck their reproach, squawking at the tops of their chicken lungs. But I will not hear them. I don't speak chicken.